What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle, where we got a little bit of slime feeding to do. Gonna hang out, feed some slimes today. Welcome on back. I'd like to ideally, in talking about what my plans are for the future of this series, I'd like to get to the science-y parts as soon as possible, because ultimately that was like the big update that they ran, and that's what I want to see. And so if we can find a way to make some decent money around here, I would prefer that it go that way. And it looks like the price for crystal slime plorts are on the up and up. Now these little guys in here, some of them seem happy, although I saw some other ones that did not look quite as happy. Oh, we got 11 plorts right there. Good. Okay, well, let's throw some odd onions in here so that, like, when they get hungry, they can feed themselves and do their thing. I don't think I have any use for the rest of this either, so I'm just going to throw the... Oh, those are the wrong thing. I threw the wrong thing in. My bad. My bad. I threw the wrong thing in there. That was all wrong and all bad. Here, slimes. You go in that way. I wanted carrots to go in here. And then I technically kind of need these back because, unfortunately, I can't do a whole lot with them for right now. Now that they're pooping and they're eating and they're doing their thing, we should start accumulating plorts. I'd like to focus on getting to the slime stuff, though, as quickly as possible. I do think that that's the best thing that we can focus on. It's going to cost us a reasonable amount of cash. It's not going to be cheap. I'm going to throw those in there, too, before we do anything else. But if we continue expanding our slime supply and just making sure that our farmland is in good shape, I don't think it'll be that much of a challenge. I think we should be able to get away with it. In the meantime, let's go feed our phosphorus slimes. There's a bunch of stuff in here that I know that I haven't harvested in a little bit, so it's probably just laying around on the ground, just like I said. Laying around on the ground, waiting to be harvested. There's no carrots inside of there. We do have a few chickens. I will take these hens with me, just in the off chance that I need to repopulate my chicken supply. Ah, pogo fruits. Thank you for your wonderful fruity bounty. Oh. Wow, it is like exploding chickens out here right now. For those of you that don't know anything about biology, this is exactly how chickens actually breed. They just jump out of plants. You just be walking down the street, they jump out of plants. And so the key is to plant the plants that spawn the chickens at your farm, and that's how you end up with those giant chicken farms. That's how you get them. I'm not pulling your leg right now. It's just like clouds up in the air. They're actually made by the contrails of planes. The planes fly around, and actually science found that it was pleasant for there to be clouds in the sky, and so the planes fly around, and you see like the clouds coming out of the back of them, then they coalesce, and that's how you get clouds. Hooray. This has been Science with Splattercat and the way things work. The way things work with Der Splattercat. These kitties all look either very constipated or very upset with the fact that I haven't fed them in a bit. So you know what? Let's get on that. They're going to have more chickens than they even know what to do with for the next little while. Pogo fruits for everyone! Pogo fruits everywhere! Enjoy them, delicious pogo fruits! Produce forth your plorts! Give them to me! I require your poops.
Give me your poops! Give me your poops if you want to live! Give them to me.
Alright, so we have all the poops now. That should be pretty solid right there. That should be a nice little infusion of cash, I think. It's not a lot, but it's something. And our inventory's full. I'll probably just launch that carrot off into the sunset because it doesn't matter for right now. Prices will continue to creep upwards. They tend to trend for a few days. So if things are up, they're up. And when they're down, phosphorus slimes are not looking super lucrative at the moment. But at least we're up and over $2,000, so that's a plus-ity plus. On this side, they all seem very, very, very happy for the bounty that I have given them. No plorts inside the tank, though, so let's move on. Let's move on and out. I don't think we're going to need many more Q-berries, but what I would do is I would start setting up my farming for later. I know it costs us a little bit of money, and that sets us back from getting to the science aspects of the game, but I tend to use this entire area for gardens. I tend to find that that's what's best over here. I'm not going to be planting pogo fruits or anything like that because I have like a direct lineup on pogo fruits. I don't think it's that big of a deal. We should be able to make this... Oh, shit on me. My depth perception failed. Fun fact, if you spit a chicken in here, it'll grow a chicken tree. Just like I said, in case you got to grow some chicken grass. That's how you get it done. So that cost us $500, and now we are free to go out and adventure. Now, as I recall, we may have been working on... Oh, look at that. Our beets are growing. That's good, too. Growing those fat beets. They call me Dre out here in the fields. All right, so I'm going to take the normal chickens. Actually, wasn't I working? I think I was specifically working. I'm going to use this entire harvest right here to feed. Come on, hurry up. Make yourself, yep, get done. There you go. Perfecto. I'll probably end up bulldozing this and using it for corrals later on. Just to kind of be careful about the way these should all grow pretty shortly too. And there, oh, that one actually spit itself out of the ground. It was so excited to be alive. Like, I can't be a part of this earthy madness any longer. I refuse to stay under the ground. Someone graffitied slime on the side of our building. Unless we did that, but I'm going to assume that it was pink slimes that were up to no good. Graffiti is something that I am just not down with unless it's pretty graffiti. If you do a good job with your graffiti, you put some, like, salesmanship into it. If you put a little bit of proprietary concern into your graffiti, I don't mind it. And I think it adds to it adds to the culture of a neighborhood. But, like, if you're one of those graffiti artists that just, like, spray paste like fart on the side of a building, I'm just like, man, what was the point of that? What was the point of that? You gotta put some artistry into the whole thing. You know, you gotta get artisanal about it. You know, do something you can be proud of. You got to feel? Actually, bringing carrots might not be a terrible plan either. I'm gonna try and work on... I'm going to do my best to work on the next. There's nothing right there. By now, the pink slimes have probably eaten just about everything. Yeah, it's a bad hour for that. It's a real, real bad hour for that. All right, it's fine. We'll keep an eye out for a few more carrots as we go along, too. I don't think these pogo fruits are going to be useful for right now. I wanted to get that last slime done that's in the first little vestibule of the mountain zone. I think that getting him to the point... What do you guys have going on over here? We got a couple of rock plorts. I'll take them. I don't know if I'll actually keep them or if they'll make it to their final deployment. But for now, useful enough to have around. And in fact, I might mix the crystal slimes with the rock slimes so that I get the double output there. Might not be a bad plan. Make them a bit of a hybrid. Oh, our tar's here. Where the tar's at? There he is. Hey, you. Stop picking on my slimes. Get out of here. I fire you off into the darkness. Enjoy your day. Have a nice evening. Oh, big old pink kitty slime. Just running around being all adorable, getting pets, doing his thing, rocking his deal. Please stop headbutting me. Oh no, I'm stuck in a wall again. But I got headbutted out of the wall. So see, I think deep down, the slimes that want to harm me, they're doing it on accident. I don't think they're doing it on purpose. The difference is that they just want to help me get unstuck from walls, and they're so like, oh my god, please let me help you get out of this wall. If I can't help, then I just feel useless. And I'm like, true dat indeed. Lovely little slime, true dat indeed. Thank you for helping me. We could probably set up a pen for boom slimes too. Get a little bit of cash that way. A few more veggies on this side, and in fact, I didn't even know that odd shrooms grew over here. My guess is that odd shrooms grow anywhere that any other vegetable can grow or something like that, although my guess might be way off the mark. It's hard to tell so far. Oh, that's not what I wanted. This guy's got to be close. Yeah, that's about what my estimate was. So he explodes. We get a bunch of rock slimes. I'm going to feed you guys, actually, because I need your plorts for later. Oh, and he gives me a teleporter, too. That is something that I did not expect. And we got a phosphor slime in there with a little bit of cash. Okay, what I'm really interested in on this side, though, are the plorts, because I think I'm going to mix these with crystal slimes and make hybrids. I will have to clean a few out of the tank in order to make this work properly, but I think long term it'll work okay. Might as well bring these with me. And back we go. So this takes me, to another place. Is this the same teleport that takes me to the volcanic zone, or is this a completely different one? Where hast thou taken me? Oh, it gives me backdoor access to the caves. Okay. Alright, so that'll work better for me a little bit later. For right now, I didn't get a new key or anything, though. So we'll just have to wait on that, and I gotta walk back the long way. Ah, well. That's just the way she goes, Rick. Every now and again, you gotta get those feet busy and just walk it out. Now walk it out. I can't get out right there. Where can I get out from? Maybe up and over this way, perhaps. Perfect. And as we crest the rise, this looks like eventually it's going to transfer into a different zone. Like maybe that's going to connect over there and come back over here. It says it's still under construction. I wonder if everything in this game is like modeled by hand, or if he's got like a tool set that he uses with like a game engine or whatever where he can snap things together. Everything seems very, very non-symmetrical. So I'm thinking he probably just does everything by hand, although I suppose that is one of those things that I would have to ask about because I'm talking out of my ass right now. Just talking out my ass. Their perfect little handstand over here. They pop out. They like to practice their gymnastics. Somebody was saying in the comments that this game is like solidified happiness, and I would agree with that. This is one of those games that it's like impossible to feel sad. I can see this being a comfort game for a lot of people. Like, you know how on Netflix you have like your comfort TV series, the ones that make you feel better when life's not going so great? It's one of those, in my opinion. All right, gents. It's time to hybridize a little bit. Time for a little bit of that crossover episode. So we have a great deal of random stuff over here. I'm going to throw the heartbeats in there since they can now eat those too. And that'll give us a double supply of the stuff that we really, really like. Which I actually think works out really, really well. Personally, I think that's a really, really good call. They've got more food than they know what to do with in here right now. I'm going to harvest up the plorts to try and make some cash. Because otherwise, I don't think I'm going to have a whole lot of money to spend the coming days. Fire you back in there. I don't want you. I just want the plorts. Put the heartbeats back in there. We got a bunch of rock plorts now. Throw the onion back in there. And we'll let the plort collectors do the rest of the work. We may want to remove one or two of these from inside there, in my opinion, just to make it a little bit less crowded. Like 2, I think, should suffice. And then the rest of them can hang out inside of there. I definitely wouldn't stick your hand in there to try and do a harvest, though. That's a bad plan. That's not going to pan out for anybody. We'll sleep until morning, get a tiny bit of rest, which I rarely do in this game, but that's just because I'm waiting for my harvest to come back in, and I'm waiting for good things to happen, and then the market is on the up and up right now, so I don't want to sell things at a loss if I can help it. So there's a little bit more money stacked back in. We've got carrots, we've got onions, everything else is looking absolutely beautiful on this side. We've also got access to a ton more heartbeats, which is just absolutely fantastic. So if we can automate a lot of this, that would also bring me great joy. And then finally, for the stuff that needs to get done over here, we'll harvest up all of our raw berries. Yeah, there we go. Get those bumping. We got our Q berries on this side, so that should help out a bit too. We'll have to plant some mint trees as well over here, but other than that, I think that our harvest is going really, really well. We got one Q berry up here that's trying to escape from me, and I'm not going to allow that. Oh, we got 2 Q berries. See, these ones are snaky. They don't want to get fed to slimes, and so they're trying to stay up and out of the way. I'll probably wait for around the time when my chickens pop out of the ground, and we'll see if we can get that tabby slime fixed up on the back end of one of the maps too. I also have the radioactive slime that needs to be taken care of. The rad slime needs to be taken care of. The most radical in 1980s of all the slimes. Kitty slimes are in here doing their thing. I will Q-berry you guys up. Perfect. Give you guys a nice little pile right there. As far as chickens go, I think we've probably hit maximum capacity. Give me a couple of chickens here to play around with. They're looking hungry, even though I gave them a bunch of chickens, so I don't know what's going wrong over here. Let's get some normal hens. We'll drop those on in, and with the odd onions and the heartbeats, the place for those would be over meow. Good. And we've collected a whole bunch more, too. Now, when you've got a hybrid slime, you can feed them whatever you want. But if it's their favorite thing, you still get double plorts, but it gives you the ones that like both types. So keep that in mind as you go along. I'm going to harvest these. Make a little bit more cash. So 19 right there. Another 11. Plort collector should kick into action once it hangs out for a little bit. They've got enough food to feast for the rest of the day, so I don't think we'll have to check on them. Crystal plorts, get me paid. There we go. We're making progress. We're making progress, Nerd Castle. We're not quite there yet, but I think if we stay vigilant, we should be all right. Let me clean the poos out of here, too. Don't gotta lie. I love that sound they make. Ow! That little sound they make. I don't know. Apparently, those are shrieks of pain in the slime world, but to me, they're adorable, and I'll never let them go. It's adorable, and I will never let them go. All right, so with the $3,000 on hand that we're holding right now, I I'm going to head back out and see if I can get my hands on some rad slimes. We're not utilizing a lot of our harvest as far as fruit is concerned. And so I think that if we can get some of those lovely little green plorts off of them, we'll be in a really, really, really solid situation. It's a miracle. Nothing's trying to attack me and... Oh, spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. Ain't that just how life works? You start to get comfortable. You start to get comfortable, and then bad shit starts to happen. Bad shit starts to happen. There's my boom slime. Do I want boom slimes or do I want rad slimes? Why not both? Why not both? I could hybridize them and get all the things that I want. Let's do that instead. Oh, he already hybridized. No, he didn't. He's right there. Cool, and we got a boom plort along the way. I'm alright with that. Leave me alone. We'll bring back both of these and we'll create a hybrid tank for him. Where we've got greenish rad slimes. Oh my god, you guys are just having a party in here, aren't you? It's getting cray-cray up in this cave. That's some wild shit. Alright, boom slime. So don't be shy. Come introduce yourself to my suction vacuum. There's you, and I don't presume we'll need more than like 4 or 5 maybe of each kind. And then once we got that 4 or 5 locked down, we'll head back to base. We'll get them fed. We'll hybridize them so that we can get paid. We've got these guys over here are producing plorts. However, I don't know if that's something that I really want to invest in for right now. Puddle slimes, hard to make money from. Like, they seem really awesome on the tin, but they're actually a little bit difficult to make any real money off of. Oh, he ate the thing that I needed. To get minty mangoes, which I think are the things that some of these guys like, we got to go to a different place. Those are hybridized, so I can't really do much with those. Well, shit. Hopefully there's some in this zone that I can make use of that are non-hybridized. Nope, don't want the pink slime. I want that one. There we go. So now we've got our rad slime. And I'll read what they do in just a moment. So we got one right there. Couple of you cats in. Oh, you hybridized. Never mind. You get up out of here. You're not useful to me now. Ah, he hybridized too. They're all hybridizing. They're hybridizing at a rate that is really kind of unacceptable. Well, that kind of throws a nail in my plan, doesn't it? Okay. Well, upon that consideration, then, is this guy hybridized up here? They are not good. There's a couple of them that can come with me, and it sounds like there's tar in the area. It is only inevitable. There will always be tar in the area whenever you don't want there to be tar in the area. Every time. Another crate right there to make myself a little bit more cash. And it's been about 6 hours right now of in-game time. I will use this as an opportunity to take myself back to base. We will populate this empty pen, and it will be awesome. Perfecto. So now that they're in, let's take a look at our Slimepedia so you guys can get a rough idea what these do. So rad slimes, they like Oka Oka. It is unknown if rad slimes, sometimes called raddies, came to be from external radiation sources or from something naturally occurring within the far, far range. Regardless, rad slimes emit such a potent aura of radiation that they glow in the dark. The risks: their aura can induce rad poisoning in a rancher if they remain in it for too long. Ranchers are advised to monitor their rad exposure levels when handling the green blobs of gamma goo, as extended exposures can cause serious bodily harm or worse. Given that raddies are basically mobile batteries, it's no surprise that corporations value rad plorts for their incredible energy-producing capabilities. Rad plorts get turned into plutonium, and everything from the latest holophone to the Radwave microcook system runs on the stuff. Whereas the boom slimes, oh, they're carnivorous. They like briar hens. I had no idea. Boom slimes are often heard before they're seen. The slime cells of a boom slime are constantly vibrating, causing their slime to increasingly crackle with energy before ultimately exploding. However, the boom slime always comes out unscathed, though always a little dazed. Boom slimes are constantly building toward an inevitable explosion, making them hazardous to ranchers. In addition, these explosions causing bodily harm, they have the capacity to send all nearby slimes flying into the air, making them a tough slime to corral. Highly volatile boom plorts have all sorts of applications, including powering rocket thrusters and demolitions. Military organizations value their highly destructive capabilities for medical technologies and other research. Imagine that. My guess is that that is weighted much towards the other research than anything else. So if you guys got something for me in here, I would appreciate it. I will take a couple of hens in here. Nope, not the chickadoos. Not the chickadoos. We will put you in here. And you in here. So now we should be in a better situation as far as that's concerned, because they'll be able to eat carrots whenever they get hungry. The downside is that somebody's got to go in there to get themselves the plorts, and so this would be one of those situations where I would say an auto feeder and also a, well, we'll stick with the auto feeder for right now, but as you can see, they're quite, I'm sorry, the plort collector, they are quite volatile, so you've got to be careful about the way that you harvest from these little guys. They'll get you into trouble. They will most assuredly get your ass into trouble. Got a few more crystal plorts over here, and in this episode, we've actually come up quite a bit. We haven't made a shit ton of money, but we've made enough money to keep ourselves moving in a forward direction, which is really all you can ask for a lot of the time. And there it is. The boom plorts are pretty high up right now, too, so I'm excited to see how those pan out. Put you back in there. Trying to keep them out of the way. It's tough to tell, though. Nothing inside the collectors for now. Take some of the carrots back, but our radiation is getting a little bit high. Apparently, chickens are impervious to explosions. Therefore, if we're really doing all this military research we say that we're doing, we should probably just build all of our ranching-related materials out of chickens. That's how the scientific process works. That's just how it works. Another 150 bucks right there, and we're actually lined up to make some serious money at this point. Serious guap is lining up for us right now. It's probably about time to replant this and replant this. That's okay, though. We've got the money to do it, and I don't see any reason why we should have troubles with that particular endeavor. We got plorts being produced over there. We're a little bit low on chickens. So what I'll probably do is it's probably time for the tabby slimes to go. Either that or we hybridize the tabby slimes elsewhere. Wow, we have a lot of phosphor plorts. We'll keep them for now. We'll keep them for now. As far as these little guys go, though, oh my god, there is money to be made upon this floor, my friends. Upon this floor, there is money to be made. Normally, I'd be a little bit upset if my pets shit on the floor. But in this case, since I make money whenever they do it, it's kind of hard to find a fault in it. And I don't really care what the price is. If you're selling this volume, it's like you're going to make money either way. There we go. They should just hang out and eat carrots all day now that they're all set up. And if we could end this episode about half the way to where I want to be, I'd be really, really happy about it. Phosphor plorts, keep doing your thing. Keep on keeping on. You're doing fantastic. Everybody loves you. Everybody wants to pet you, and everybody thinks you're great. And there it is. A little bit more cash for the pocket. A little bit more spending money for the farm. A few more things to keep us up and rocking and keep the inevitable at bay. So inside of our secondary area, we've probably got ourselves... Oh, we do not. Well, this one's grown. I accept. Thank you for your bounty. I will also take a few more chickens, because as I can tell, my chicken supply is a little bit rough right now. Ah, hello, chickens. Welcome to my suction vacuum. Now, does the vacuum, is it like a bag of holding? Or how do the physics work with this thing? Or do we just not think about that? We hand wave it and we just don't think about it. Ah, there they go. Sure, come and live with me. I love chickens. Except for the mean ones. Mean chickens are a pain in the ass. Chickens that think they're hella hardcore and try to walk up on you like they don't give a damn. I ain't down with those chickens, but some chickens is cool. Some chickens is alright. Oh, that doesn't take me anywhere. I thought I could go backwards, maybe. It would give me like a nice little teleport to an area that I normally couldn't access. A few more carrots over here. Good, good. With these farms, I'd really like to throw in a sprinkler. We'll throw in nutrient soil to keep them running along. There we go. A little bit of our cheddar spent. But as long as we're advancing and we're doing better in the pursuit of making our farm more awesome, I don't feel that guilty about it. I just want you... Let's pull all of this out because I think this is like my 3rd or my 4th harvest. Which means the next one is probably going to be the last one we get away with. With the odd onions, there we are. We will take this field and not demolish the plots, just remove the crop. And there it is. I am going to wiki this to see if I'm doing the right thing on this end because I don't want to waste any of my resources. We have loads of carrots, and so I would just feed these to the critters over here. I think oka counts as a vegetable, so it should be cool. I've got more than enough food on that side. Kitty slimes are looking happy. Probably throw a few more Q berries in here. Oh, kitty slimes are trying to escape. Bad kitty slimes. Bad kitty slimes. All right, we'll throw those in there. That'll give us a couple of double plorts to harvest and get done with. We got 4 and 4. Oh. Kitty slimes appear to be escaping, or at least making a very valiant attempt at pursuing their freedom. Put those in there, and I think we've actually just about harvested these out. I don't think there's going to be too much more to worry about on either side. Oh, nope, don't want to do that with the chickens here. Give me my chickens back. Got my chickens back. And now I think would be the time to probably get down and feed that tabby slime in the other zone if we can. There we go. I'm going to head out that way. My name is Splattercat. This is Slime Rancher. Thank you for joining me for another episode. I will see you all in future episodes. If you like what I do here on the channel, make sure you check out that Patreon button down below. And then also buy the game for yourself because you deserve it. Treat yourself. There's all kinds of Steam sales and stuff going on. Slime Rancher is a pretty good purchase. It doesn't have like a super huge depth of content, but it will someday. And when it doth, man, this game is going to be rocking. All right? I'll see y'all later. Hi to everybody.